Live from the KHOU11 studios, it's Great Day Houston. And now, here's your host, Deborah Duncan.
A chronic illness, you really need to make sure you're as healthy as you can be otherwise. My next guest thought MS was to blame for how badly she felt. Come to find out, something else was the main culprit. Here to explain, welcome back Dr. Stephen Hotze with the Hotze Health and Wellness Center and his patient, Erin Mulvaney, and her husband, Patrick. Good morning. Good morning. All right, so it would be easy, Erin, for whatever symptoms you're going through, for doctors to say, well, you have MS, because MS does have a wide range of symptoms.
You know, when you're diagnosed, you're prescribed. It's not, well, let's see how things go, and then, prescribe medicine
based on
your symptoms.
Yeah.
And so I was diagnosed, and then I was prescribed. So for basically 13 years, I was on heavy medication. Wow. I would go down to the Houston Medical Center, to an infusion suite where I would do 200 milligrams of Decadron, which is steroids, every month back to back for roughly 7 months.
And so, Patrick, you just saw a wife who changed in front of your eyes.
Yeah. I mean, it was over the years, you know, constant medication, changing, trying different things, and then, you know, to the point where she's giving herself injections of medication that completely changed her personality.
He actually, when I was on the steroids, there was an episode where I had the treatment done, and I was actually crawling to the bathroom to try and just get in a warm tub to alleviate the pain. Mm-hmm. And it was devastating for him. He didn't know what to do, and I have MS, so this is what should be happening, right? No, ma'am.
Dr. Hotze, this is, you know, people oftentimes when they're dealing with things, they're either no medications at all, not the right things for them, or over-medicated, and this is kind of that case. But what you like to do is step back and say, let's take a look at what your body is doing naturally and what it needs naturally.
Well, this is what's really interesting. Although we don't primarily treat multiple sclerosis patients, we've had numerous multiple sclerosis patients come in and get on natural hormone therapy, and guess what? Their symptoms of multiple sclerosis resolved. Now, Erin came in back in 2009, so it's been 3 years, and she made a decision that I'm not living this way anymore. I'm not getting better. I feel terrible, and I'm gonna make a change. And so she took charge of her health. She came out. She was evaluated, found that she was low in thyroid. We know her female hormones weren't working right. By the way, the only time she had remission in her MS was when she was pregnant. That's because during pregnancy you make high levels of progesterone, and progesterone is important for the myelin sheath that covers the nerves. And we find women between the ages, once they hit about 30, women have MS twice as much as men do, and that's when their progesterone levels begin to fall. So progesterone protects the myelin sheaths, and that's what we placed her on: progesterone, a little thyroid, some cortisol, got her on a good eating program. She stopped all her multiple sclerosis drugs, and for 3 years, how have your symptoms been?
I haven't had any. They've been amazing. Yeah. They've been amazing.
And I want to say this. I was like, we're not making the leap that because we did this, we cured MS. No. But the point is, hormones play such an important role in our body being able to fight all kinds of things.
Well, that's why many of these symptoms that people have, they say, well, you got lupus, or you have MS, or you've got this disorder, fibromyalgia and all this, when it's really basically the underlying decline and imbalance in the female hormones or male hormones that occurs. And if you replenish that, the body can heal itself.
Yeah, because you were going downhill because of the hormones, to a point where you were getting so forgetful, you sent your husband a text, and then what happened?
Well, I mean, she sent a text, basically, it was just gibberish. I couldn't even understand it, and she was basically admitting to me she felt like she was losing her mind. And so that was the day that we decided.
That's not me either. There's no way I would ever say something like that. Yeah. And you know, I tell everybody all the time, I would never say that I'm cured. I have a disease that has no cure, but for 3 years, I have done this naturally with the help of Dr. Hotze and his staff. And to me, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, that's success to me.
That's success. And that's
living an optimal life. What kind of workout do you do? What do you do?
Well, I was doing CrossFit.
Which is crazy.
Doing CrossFit. Wild. I do boot camp anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week. I just did the Color Me Rad Run. And I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah, and the energy is right there, the hope. Hotze, what did you do for her that made the total difference? And I will say that oftentimes you say a lot of these medications that we keep taking, she said she's over-medicated, actually cause side effects that are worse than dealing with the disease. Would you say that managing your MS was actually easier than managing all the hormonal imbalances and the...
100%.
Yeah.
The medication was, it just was, it turned me into a different human being. Yeah. And that's not worth it.
So if what you're doing makes you feel bad, what makes you think if you keep doing it, you're going to feel better?
Yeah.
So you've got to make a choice, and the real credit goes to Erin and to her husband. They finally said, okay, let's try something different to see if we can find a solution. And she did. And
so that's balancing out those hormones, taking the right vitamins, finding out where you're deficient, and then making sure your body, again, is as healthy as it can be so it can manage the MS while you bother with life.
So it can heal itself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Dr. Hotze brought a copy of his new Hormones, Health, and Happiness audiobook for everyone in our audience. For those of you at home, you can order your copies from physicianspreference.com. Shipping is free. I love this book because it explains what role hormones play in our body. A lot of people are still so confused about it, but we all need those hormones, and when they're balanced, your life gets in balance. Dr. Hotze also hosts a radio show, Health and Wellness Solutions. Catch it every day, Monday through Thursday from noon to 1 p.m. on 700 AM KSEV. You can hear people on there who have the same story that you have, but they can also explain how they've become whole again. And to make an appointment with the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, call 281-698-8698, 281-698-8698, or log on to hotzehwc.com. Okay, don't forget to answer our Facebook question.